he said it because of his wet blanket energy.
Unhinged. That's actually unhinged.
Hello and welcome to She's All Batch. I'm Stefanie.
And I'm Jackie.
And we don't care if you're here for the right reasons. We're just happy that you're here.
Yes. So come join us as we talk shit about our favorite show. All right, guys, let's creep.
So the queen has spoken. Litia has done her first podcast. She went on Relation Shit with Cammie Crawford and spilled some iced tea. Like she talked about her time on the show, and I think it was pretty good. I don't think there was any bombshells. However, she did give some more context as to what Grant was saying behind the scenes and how early on he was saying things. So I have a clip here and then we can react.
After the puppy date, when we were walking away and we were, kind of like walking to our dinner, he was like, it's crazy that I met you. And it's crazy because like, I know that it's you. I can't believe I met you on a TV show because I know you're my wife. Like I could stop this whole thing right now. And I kind of was like, I like looked at like the audio people that I knew were listening to his mic and looking at the camera operators, looking at producers. I'm like, that's for sure not something he's supposed to be saying, right? Like, I was thrilled. I was like, oh my gosh, amazing. But also at the same time, it's like, that was the first time that I was like, your feelings for me are very strong. So like, I want to be careful with your feelings and your heart too. So like, let me check in with myself and see if I see enough potential and I feel connected to you enough.
Yeah.
And it kind of like, that date for sure opened the door for me and creating a safe space for me to be vulnerable. And that's when I felt like I needed to start catching up to where his feelings were because he seemed so sure. And I was like, really? Like, okay, well, let me tell you more about myself and see if you still feel that way. And that's kind of how I felt the whole time was like, okay, I love that you still feel sure about everything that you know, but it's important to keep getting to know each other and having conversations about things that are important. And I think that's why the nature of our conversations were so deep was because to me, he was so serious and his words had weight. And even on that day, I was like, he said it a few more times on that day. And I could stop the whole show. I know it's you. And I kind of checked him at the end and said, okay, like, you gotta stop saying that because you're not gonna stop the show. Like, it makes me feel reassured in the moment, but when I go home and I hear about your conversations or, I see you, like, take other girls on dates, it is gonna make me be like, well, does he still mean that? Or now has it changed? Which is the dynamic of the show. Like, I'm very aware of that, but because that's the dynamic, you can talk about your feelings and I want to know your feelings, but in terms of stopping the show, you're my wife, I know you're the one, perfect match, all of those things, I don't expect that. And maybe lay off of that because if it's not me, those statements are setting me up to be very disappointed at the end. Yeah. Especially when I'm not asking you to. And his response was, well, that's how I feel. I feel like I have to tell you those things because I want you to feel reassured and know that it's you so that you don't ever stress. You don't have to stress. You don't have to. And he's like, I'm scared that you're going to change your mind. And I was like, well, my mind's not going to change. Like, I live in a house full of girls that love you.
And people were mad that she was angry at the end of all this.
I know. Well, those people are ridiculous. Like I have always said, she has every right to be blindsided, upset, hurt, angry, all of the feelings. Yeah. I think though, like to your point, none of this is like some huge bombshell revelation, right? Like I really do think it was Litia until it wasn't. However, I think also hearing some of this too provides a little bit more of clarity. Like, I think Grant loved the idea of Litia maybe more than he actually loved Litia because he didn't know Litia. And within week 2, he's like, oh yeah, you're my wife. And I think she just checked a lot of boxes for him. But like, he didn't, you don't know someone after knowing them for 2 weeks on a TV show. Like that's
it's
just
not 2 weeks either.
Realistic.
Week 2
and maybe he was
like
just swept up in it. Right. Week 2 is like 3 days. So maybe he was just really swept up in it, or I think he could have been more responsible with his words, right? Like we've said that I don't think he should have been saying those things to her so early on, but I genuinely think he thought it was her until it wasn't. And that just goes to his naivete, you know?
Is that how you say that?
Naivete? Yeah, I think. Naivety. Well, how else would you say it?
Naivete?
His
I didn't know if
naivete.
you-
Like, it's the verb of being naive.
No, I could see how it's spelled in my head, but I never knew
Yeah.
that's how you pronounced it.
Should I ask Google on the Google app?
Yes, please.
The problem is I don't know how to spell it. Do you know how to spell things? Because I don't know how to spell anything, I'm realizing.
Yeah, I could spell.
That's
a flex. I'm a
Okay,
good speller.
Naivety.
No, so yeah,
I
not
thought it was
naivete.
No, wait, hold on.
God, she was going to set me up and have me walk around saying naivete.
But people also
Sabotage.
ask Google, no. Which is correct, naivety or naivete with the little accents? Naivety, also spelled naivete, naiveness, or naivete, is the state of being naive.
Both are acceptable.
Yeah, naivety is a word, and then how do you spell this? Evite.
Whatever.
N-A-I.
Naivete is how we're going to say it now. Does anyone else think that Grant was a little too focused on physical attraction this season? I feel like I said that throughout, and that's why part of my reason why I had doubts with the Juliana thing, because there was a lot of focus on how attractive he found her. And to see that he was saying to Litia in week 2 that she was the one, I can't believe I met my wife. It's almost as if he was like so enamored by her beauty that he felt like he was in love before he actually was, which makes me feel like he was even more immature than I thought. But these were the vibes I was getting anyway. Like I don't feel like he was like really searching for a wife, as we've said a million times.
Right. No, he was searching for his long-term girlfriend, which he found. I agree. Although I don't know if him saying to Litia week 2 that she's his wife necessarily correlates with like his physical attraction to her.
But then why was he feeling these strong feelings? Like he did
feeling that someone is like your wife. I don't know. Could have been based on like her demeanor. We've said she has a lot of great qualities. Like she's very like,
but he didn't know
thoughtful
her.
and empathetic and like supportive.
We have
and
to
all
talk
those things.
First. I know. We know that now.
Yeah,
and we got to know that. But even she was saying like, I had to almost catch up. You do need to get to know me in order to feel these things. And the fact that he was saying that so early on just makes me question how mature he is.
I just feel like when Litia walks into the room, she has a calming presence among everyone. Don't you feel that vibe from her? So I could see even like she walks out of the limo night 1 and like she has an aura about her that's just very like calming and nurturing.
You know who else she reminds me of in that sense? Like if I had a bad day and I want to vent to someone, I want to vent to Litia. I want to vent to Susan from The Golden Bachelor. We always said that. I'm like, I just want to like sit on the couch with Susan and be like, I had a bad day.
I think
Let's
those
have
would be two very
wine.
different experiences though. Like Susan would be like so goofy, like pulling out the wine and like making jokes and making you laugh about it.
She'll make me feel good about myself.
Litia would be like giving you a hug and crying with you. No wine involved.
And just be so comforting.
Yeah, but she's so serious all the time. I think
you are totally duped by the edit. That doesn't mean she's not funny.
For sure. I
saw a very
find that she
serious
is a
side.
very like more serious, more timid is not really the right word, but I just think like compared to Juliana, like Juliana, I feel like walks into the room and she is like sunshine, life of the party, like very bright personality versus like Litia, I feel like is more soft and calm.
Yeah. I can agree with
again,
that.
This is all just based on vibes.
Based on what ABC showed us.
No, the vibes from the edit. But my vibes are in tune with me spiritually,
Speaking of, I'm going to need a good vibe check from you.
Oh, good. I love
for our
vibe
next
check.
story. Because what the hell is Peter Weber doing hanging out with Kelley Flannagan again? What's going on here?
I don't think there's anything going on here. I think it's really as simple as they're both career influencers and Coachella is one of the biggest events. And I'm sure they were maybe like either there together with a brand or we're just kind of like running in the same circles for the weekend because they're both Bachelor influencers. Like, I really don't think it means anything. If anything, though, I was a little confused because I was like, don't they hate each other? Or at the very least, doesn't Kelley hate Peter because she went on so many podcasts after they broke up, like talking about how immature he is? However, you can still dislike someone, not want to date them and think they're immature and spend a weekend doing Coachella with them because you're both there for work. I think that's
also,
like fine.
she hated him before the last time they got back together, and they still got back
True.
together. I will say Cosmo broke it down. They got together in 2020, ended by December of that year, got back together February 2021, ended shortly after that. Then in August 2022, got back together again, only to break up in April 2023. And now here we are, April 2025. So it has
so
been
it's
a while
2 years
since their last breakup. And in one of those times, when they got back together, it was really shocking because Kelly was talking about his Pokemon stuff and said he was really immature. And we were like, Kelly, what the hell?
Was that the time where I saw Dustin in Trader Joe's and my mom asked him if Peter and Kelly were back together? I think
don't
that was
remember.
maybe after the last time. Or no.
Where were you the last time Peter and Kelly got back together?
If it was 2022, then yeah, because I remember I still lived uptown and it was at the Uptown Trader Joe's. So just putting all these pieces together. It was funny. Like I ran into him. Dustin recognized me because I had gone to that event that he had, like that cleanup thing after we did the podcast with them. But then my mom was like whispering to me, she was like, should I ask him if Peter and Kelly are still together? Like, I don't know. And then we like found them again in Trader Joe's and we're like, but my mom's like, by the way, are Peter and Kelly back together? And Dustin and his girlfriend were like, yeah, no, they are. And we're like, okay, thanks.
And
Have a
this
great grocery
was when
shop.
we had Peter and Justin on, and then the next day Peter like was spotted with Kelly, and we're like, of course, this is going to be after we interview him, and we can't.
That's always just our luck that things come out like right after we do our podcast.
I will say, I don't think it's a crazy concept that a couple who's been on again, off again since 2020 is spotted together again. I think it's very plausible that
you think something's going on?
Out. No, I think they at least made out.
Oh, sure. That doesn't mean anything, though. A drunken makeout at a festival? That's fine.
They were spotted at Coachella. I don't know if we said that part. But I don't think you go to Coachella, even if it's a brand trip or whatever it is, which I don't think it was. I didn't see them posting any brand-related things.
But you don't think they're there for work?
I don't think Peter
I think if you're
is
an
as much of an influencer
though,
as you think
you
he
go
is.
to like mingle with the people, to be with the brands, to be posting, to be seen in your outfits. Like even if they're not literally there with Revolve, I do think it's like a work trip. But sorry, what are you saying?
I don't remember. I think
they're going to make out.
oh, yeah. Also, like Coachella is a place where there's a lot of drinking and stuff going on. And I think it's very easy that if you're hanging out with a boy who you've decided to get back together with 17 other times, he's there. I'm sure something happened between them. And I think, but then what does this mean for Jason Tartick? Is someone going to tell Jason?
But like, are Kelly and Jason really even a thing? They're not.
We'll put it on his calendar and have a one-on-one with him.
Yes, we got to circle back on that and really follow up.
No, I really thought something was brewing.
I've been meaning to watch the episode that Jason did with Kelly. And some people have been in my DMs being like, oh no, like I watched it. It's good. Like talk about it on the podcast and watch it. I'm sorry, guys. I see you. I will eventually watch it, or maybe I won't. Eventually.
That's all that?
No, that's Amanda's show.
Oh.
The Procrastinator. I love that meme so much. I send it to my boss sometimes. He'll be like, can you do blah, 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 blah? And I'm like, eventually. And he's like, no, but like do it now.
He's like, enough.
He has a good sense of humor about it.
I pay you. Shut up.
Yeah. I guess we don't know what's going on with Jason and Kelly. Even if there was something, maybe a brewing, doesn't seem like they're an official couple exclusive. Also, too, even if Kelly and Peter did have a little drunken make out, that also doesn't mean anything that they're back together or whatever. They could have just been like having a moment in the Coachella sun. They're dancing.
So the story at hand is they were spotted together, and they've only been spotted together when something is brewing, though. It's not like in this past 5 years they've stayed in touch when they're not together. That's my next argument.
But I think that's what I don't think we know that though, because I think to get back together with someone, you do need to kind of stay in touch. And I feel like in their breakups, they were, most of them, the ones where she wasn't going on podcasts talking about his Pokemon cards, that they were probably still talking.
Assumptions.
Yeah. Assumptions, of course. My assumption is nothing happened. Nothing is happening. They're just two people who are like chasing clout as a job. And you do that at Coachella. Should we go to Coachella? You know what? Me and Stefanie were just before recording this talking about just like podcast business stuff, growth. Maybe one of our avenues should be go to Coachella.
Okay. Isn't it like over though?
Well, yeah, we'd have to go next year.
Okay, we'll go next year. We'll treat Vegas this year as Coachella level.
I know.
We are going for work-related purposes, but we're also going for fun.
Because I feel like if we went to Coachella and there's so many Bachelor people there, I feel like we could actually just like very organically be part of the group. We've interviewed so many of them, like, and are friendly with them. You know?
Oh, what's weird, the fact that like there was talk about Kelley and Jason, and like there's always kind of talk about Kelley and Peter and on again, off again. There's a TikTok, I'll have to find it, of Jason and Peter out to dinner. And it was like, first one to bring up their exes pays for dinner. And I just think it's funny that if maybe Jason had some flirty stuff with Kelley and Peter gets back together with her, they kind of share women. And I feel like they kind of have the same taste in women too.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. Although they have the same taste in women, but like neither of them do well in that department in the sense that all of their relationships have crashed and burned.
Right. I think these guys need to go like find a girl at a library or at Target or at the local spin class. I don't think they need to be going and seeing who's been on reality TV and just picking from that pile of women.
To be fair, I think that has like, I guess, been good for their careers. Like they're both so prominent in Bachelor Nation because of their messiness, but yeah, maybe go to the library. Check that out.
Moving on. Speaking of exes hanging out again, you actually sent me this TikTok. Seems like it's legit. This is a clip from Reality Ashley on TikTok, clip from the Reality Receipts podcast. And it is saying some crazy stuff about Clayton and Rachel Recchia.
Okay, so wedding season is finally upon us this spring. I have 3 weddings so far to go to this year, including one literally this upcoming weekend. And one thing that I will not be forgetting to pack with me is my Honey Love shapewear to go under my dress. For this wedding I have over the weekend, it's my cousin's wedding. I have like a rehearsal dinner dress I have to wear, and then it's a black tie wedding itself. And so I have to have something under my dress as well. What I love about having shapewear, even if you don't feel like you necessarily need it to suck you in, although I love that sucked in effect, is I just like having something under my dress. Like you're up, you're sweating, you're dancing, you're partying all night, you're walking a lot. I don't like that feeling of just feeling like chafed and sticking to my own body. And so I love, even just when I'm wearing like a normal sundress around New York City, I like to have a little bit of support under my dress, especially for girlies. You know, if you're like in New York City wearing a little sundress and you're going on the subway, like I don't want to sit down with nothing covering me. So having shapewear under a dress for me is absolutely essential for all different occasions. But Honey Love doesn't just focus on shapewear. They also have amazing bras. Say goodbye to the discomfort of underwire and bulky construction that digs into your skin. Honey Love's bras are designed with supportive bonding that eliminates the need for underwires while still giving you all the lift you want. They really are so comfortable. I don't feel like I need to rip my bra off as soon as I walk in the front door after a long day. And for a limited time, you can get Honey Love on sale. You guys can treat yourself to 20% off your entire order by heading to honeylove.com/she'sallbatch20. That's she'sallbatch20. Treat yourself to the most comfortable and innovative bras on earth and save 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/she'sallbatch20. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off at honeylove.com/she'sallbatch20. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in bras with Honey Love.
So I'm going to play the clip.
This is some major tea that I posted on my page, but I'm not sure if everybody knows. But Perfect Match. We've talked about how Perfect Match is going to have like not just Netflix people. So Clayton, that I just discussed, Clayton Echard, and then one of the other girls that was on the season with him, her name is Rachel Recchia.
Okay.
They are going to be on Perfect Match. The reuniting of Clayton and Rachel on the Perfect Match.
It's going to be epic. It sounds like it's going to be explosive and epic.
I always felt Rachel and Clayton were
Soulmates.
like the right match.
Me too.
And I hope that they maybe find their way back to each other. Although, I don't know. Clearly, they've both changed so much since their respective season together. So I don't know if maybe I still feel that way. But at the time, I felt they made the most sense on Clayton's season. It's kind of a shame that things kind of panned out the way that they did. So if they could find their way back to each other, I would like that.
Yeah, and I want to know, like, does that mean it was already filmed? You know, like, when was this? When's it coming out? If that is true, I will 1000% be watching. What if they what if they come out and have you seen the show? I mean,
No.
It's not that hard of a concept, but like there's people and every night at the end of the night, you have to go to bed with someone. Like you literally have to go into a bedroom with someone and say like, oh, we're locked in.
Like on Love Island, they have to be coupled.
Okay, yeah.
And share a bed.
So then it's literally a ripoff then. But you can like unlock and then like date other people. So yeah, it's same concept. But at the end, it's like, I don't know, everyone votes or something. Or there's something that you vote on who at the end is the perfect match together.
Wait, that's literally a ripoff of Love Island.
Yeah, unless I'm explaining it wrong. I'm sure there's other differing factors. I only watched one season.
I mean, I'm sure there are other like little things. Because like, do they have bombshells that enter the villa? That happens on Love Island.
But they don't call it that. They just say like, here's a new person.
Okay, so it's literally a ripoff. Cool.
There are challenges that are pointless too.
Yeah, same thing on Love Island.
Okay. So yeah, perfect match. I'm here for it. This is the stuff I think like Bachelor needs to take advantage of more. Like put more exes, the one that got away type people in the same group. I feel like Bachelor in Paradise, they in the past focused on a lot of people that we weren't necessarily invested in.
Yeah.
Like remember like the past season too?
No,
like,
agreed. But I think that's because they can't get the people we are invested in to sign up again because they treat people so badly. Like Clayton would never go back on the show now. And that's a shame because Clayton would be great on Paradise and he has a bunch of exes that are from the franchise.
But yeah, and no surprise Rachel doesn't want to do it because like she got there and I remember her face when she showed up and she was first and she's like, I'm the former Bachelorette. This should be like a big deal that I'm here. Yes. And I'm coming down to a beach with no one here. Like put some respect on my name.
No, I know. So that I think they should just treat people better so that people want to go back to the show.
Agreed.
We still need a Pilot Pete Paradise season, speaking of Peter, with Kelly, Hannah Brown, Victoria Fuller, Madison, Hannah Ann. Most like half of those people are already engaged
Madison
or married.
and Hannah Ann are married.
Okay, but Peter, Victoria Fuller, Kelly, that alone. Wow.
What's her name from Traitors?
Oh,
Ekin-Su. Just throw her in there for fun.
Yeah. Wait, speaking of Traitors, my birthday was so fun. And guys, if you have like 15 friends, go play Traitors with them. Like it genuinely was so freaking fun. 10 out of 10, a million out of 10 recommend. I was not a traitor, by the way. My friend who was hosting it picked randomly the Traitors. I made it to the end and then they thought I was a traitor, and so they banished me. Like in the fire of truth. Yeah.
Oh, at the end?
Mm-hmm.
So who won, a traitor or a faithful?
A traitor. A traitor convinced my other friend, Chris, that like because she got the power of seer, even though she literally was a traitor. And then she was able to pick so there's three of us, me, Tori, and Chris. She takes Chris as the seer and he's like, yeah, I'm a faithful. And she's like, oh, thank God. And she really plays it up so well that he believes that she is a faithful and that I must be the traitor then. Then they asked me to swear on Holly's life and I did that I'm a faithful because I literally am a faithful.
Oh.
And they're like, no, but you like looked away a little bit.
Is that against
we don't
the rules?
trust
I don't
you.
think you can ask to swear on someone's life. Those are not tactics that I think are approved.
Well, Danielle swore on everyone's life, and she was
that's
a traitor.
True, but
I think that's where that was coming from. But
it didn't make the cut.
I was able to, in good conscience, swear on my dog's life because I really was a faithful. But Tori really had Chris duped, and then they both voted me out as a traitor. And
that
then
was brilliant
Chris
on her part.
looks to Tori and is like, all right, we're the two faithfuls. Yay, we won. And she's like, no, I'm a traitor.
I love it.
That's so fun. Like we should have filmed that. That should have been
brilliant
a show.
Work. That was
should have been season 4 at my apartment.
I will say though, even if you had to swear on Holly's life and lie, you should be okay with it because you said that Danielle did nothing wrong by swearing on her grandchildren. Other people are speaking out and saying that Danielle was telling everyone in the house she swore on her grandchildren that she's not a traitor.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's why everyone believed her.
Like nothing's going to happen to her grandchildren. Like they're fine.
It's just messed up. It's just like, why are you doing that? This game of traitors and you making it to the next round
like,
is not worth serious. You gambling your grandchildren's lives.
It's like, what's going to happen? The swearing gods are going to be like, something bad has to happen to them. Like, that's not real.
You never know. Did you ever forward those those chain letters back in the
No.
AOL days.
And guess what? I'm still standing. So
I do not want someone to come into my house and kill my family in the middle of the night. So I'm going to forward this chain letter to 10 friends.
I'm fine with swearing on people's lives. Because guys, guess what? If you swear on someone's life, nothing happens.
Oh my God, don't risk it.
Stefanie, I swear on your life that, what should I lie about? Put your life at risk with the swearing gods. They're going to be like, but you know what? That's not really your fault. Like, you shouldn't die because I swear it on your life.
Right. Technically, if you swear on my life and you're lying, you should die.
I should die. Yes. That would make me more hesitant to do it. You know?
Right. Why do you have the power to swear on someone's life either?
Well, that's the
like,
thing is, that's my whole point is like, you don't. Nothing happens.
Like, if I had the power to just like say something and like someone would die, like this would be, I wouldn't be here right now.
World. Yeah, that would not
Someone
be okay.
would have already swore on my life and I would have been a goner by now.
So it's not real, guys.
It's not real, but I'm glad the party was fun. I wasn't sure if you were going to save that for sound off.
I was planning on it, but it came up. But sorry, go ahead.
I am going to save something for sound off because we're recording sound off tomorrow. Maybe it'll come out Thursday. I'll bump it up a day since we're recording it early because Jackie's going away. But I have updates of my conversations with Jackie's Twitter stalker. Guys, I am like, I'm putting this girl through the ringer.
Good. She deserves it.
Let's just say a little tease so you tune in to sound off. Like, I am throwing her curveballs left and right, trying to poke holes in her story. Like, what do you mean? How is this Jackie? I don't want to give anything away.
And yet she's still committed to trying to get you to buy the tickets?
Yeah, I mean, like, she seems to not, every time I don't answer, she'll write me and tag me in the DMs, which I'm not clicking because I'm like, okay, hacker, like, you're probably sending me something and I'm going to click it, but why would I, so I don't click it, but I'm also like, you do know you don't have to tag me in DMs. I'll still see that I have a DM. Like, yeah, that's random. And then on the public feed, they posted again over the weekend. And I wrote, Jackie, you're so crazy. How do you get all these tickets? And I'm just like openly.
Wait, that's so funny.
What
am I selling now?
Oh, no, Lady Gaga.
Oh.
It's not selling. Guys, join in. I mean, if you want to go on the public feed and just question Jackie.
Yeah, wait, that could be kind of fun. Go do that, guys. I barely use Twitter, obviously.
As a reminder, do not give this person your money. They only want to do bank transfers. Shocker.
Of course. How convenient. Can't wait to hear more about it tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Well, you guys will hear about it Thursday, though. Okay?
Yeah.
Moving on.
Everybody ready, going crazy, yeah, we're out. Come on and let me hear you say it now, right now. What time is it?
It is time for Bachelor Encounters. That's when you guys submit stories of meeting Bachelor Nation in the wild, and we read about those stories on air. And it's a good time.
Such a good
Isn't
time. It's so good. So good.
I have a Bachelor Encounter for you. It's not really an encounter, but I think you and Jackie will like this story.
Okay.
A few months ago, I was heading to a dentist appointment that happens to be the same place as Audrey's coffee house. It was an 8 a.m. appointment, and I will admit I was a total zombie. As I'm driving through the Audrey's parking lot to get to my dentist's office, this man comes out of nowhere and is inches in front of the car with a trash bag in his hand. I slammed on my brakes. It's Jared Haibon, Dawson Dimitri Brady Haibon's father. I rolled down the window and said, I'm so sorry for almost hitting you. He said, it happens all the time. Seriously, don't worry about it, and gave me a huge smile. Not only is this man taking out the trash, he's also as happy as can be almost getting hit by my car. Jared is seriously the sweetest person ever, and I'm still totally mortified that this happened. I will correct you. That is a Bachelor encounter. Yeah. I don't know why you said I have an encounter. It's not an encounter. You encountered Jared. That's an encounter.
Yeah, that's definitely an encounter. We haven't heard about Audrey's in a while. I mean, we haven't done Bachelor Encounters in a while. And I think that's part of the reason why we haven't heard about Audrey. So it was nice to just like take a stroll down memory lane while you were reading that in my mind about all the decor. Like, remember when you'd have Bachelor Encounters every single week and we would just talk about the decor at Audrey's? And then we finally were like, well, we need to go and see it for ourselves.
I know.
Like the rug taped to the floor. Never forget. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Jared was so nice when we met him as well. So it's not surprising to me that he was like so kind, so gracious, even as you're almost running him over with your car. Because that would be a time where I'd be like, you know what? If he was annoyed and like gave you the finger, justified. Very fair. Yes.
Can we question why it happens all the time, though? Why is he getting hit by cars almost all the time? That's something to be concerned about.
So true. My interpretation in my brain was that, like, because he was throwing out the trash, right? And maybe the trash is in like a back alley part where the cars don't expect there to be people, so it's a little like, whoa.
Would you recommend maybe they relocate where they put the trash then? If getting hit by cars is like a daily occurrence for Jared,
I just don't know if they can control where the trash goes, like where the dumpster is.
You can always control where the trash goes. You just put the trash somewhere else.
But the truck needs to be able to reach it, the dumpster, right?
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
I think that is how, like, some of those crazy trucks that like really like pick up the whole dumpster and like pour it into the back of the truck.
Oh,
you know?
See, I'm picturing Jared with like 2 bags of garbage, just bringing it to.
Yeah, but to the dumpster, or like he's not putting it in like a blue thing like you have in front of your house. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if your garbage can is
I have. My garbage cans are not blue. Why did you just like stereotype my garbage can?
No, because that's how they were like when I was growing up. It was like a blue thing.
No, mine are
roll
black.
To the end of the driveway. Okay, well, I stand corrected then. But still, like but I don't think it's one that you like hand roll to the end of the driveway for the trash. Like, is that what you do at your house? You like roll the garbage to take it out?
My husband does it.
Well, sure. I'm just like, I don't take out garbage. So like I live in an apartment. I don't know even how that works.
How do you have to? Don't you have to take the garbage out of your apartment to somewhere though?
Yeah, to the chute that's literally on my floor, right across from my door. Yeah. And then it just goes somewhere. There's no way to know where it goes. It just disappears.
There's no way to know. I also have a fun life hack that like when you get a cardboard box, which I get every day because every single day I get Amazon packages, to get rid of them, I open my garage door and I literally punt it into the garage, and then I close the door and I say out loud, even if I'm by myself, I say, follow me for more life hacks. And it's just a fun inside joke I have with myself.
But you don't break it down?
No, I make my husband do it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but someone's breaking it down. You're not just like miraculously putting it in the garage and then it's like ready.
Right.
But so your hack is don't do it, so then your husband eventually just does it.
Right, but the punting. There's something about the punting, like literally drop kicking the box.
Why?
Follow me for more life hacks. It's just a fun thing.
But what are you accomplishing with the hack? Like, it's a hack.
Just getting it out of my house. Like, I don't want to see this box. Also, because like Amazon puts boxes in boxes, which really pisses me off. It'll be a cardboard box inside of a cardboard box, and I'm like, Amazon, do we have brains? Why are we doing this?
They don't. They're
just put the label on the actual box.
I'm sorry for your struggle.
You should.
I also don't break down boxes. I just throw them again in the garbage room and
you're like Rachel Green.
Wait, does she not do that?
She shoves the pizza box down the chute, and then the Krieger. What's the janitor's name? He had to go and like get it out, and he bullied her.
So there's like another bin. So there's a trash chute, then there's another bin where you put like cardboard and paper, and you're supposed to break down the boxes, but I'm like, I can't do that. So I just put the box in normally. And I would say once every 2 months, we get an email saying, just a reminder, please break down the boxes.
Thanks for the reminder.
You know what? I'm still standing. I'm still living. I'm still here in my apartment, and no one is going to silence me from just throwing in the boxes.
Living
like
your life. Although you're going to get, people are going to be up in arms about this, that if you're not breaking down the boxes, just like when you did something else, something with your piping or your plumbing.
Oh, people were really unhappy with me about that.
I'm not even going there.
Trauma.
Wait, speaking of doing things you don't want to do, like throwing out trash.
Sure.
Jackie called the hotel and got us booked.
I did it. It was
So
drama
proud.
though, because it wasn't that much drama. I was just annoyed because I finally get the courage, the willpower to call them. And then I'm giving the credit card information. And sometimes I forget that the official address on our business card is your address, not mine, even though it's all connected to like my bank account. So I always think it's the same one. So I'm giving my zip code and they're like, it's denied. And I'm like, what do you mean the card's denied? It shouldn't be denied. I was like, run it again. I felt like Anna Delvey and I'm like, run it again. So they run it twice. She was like, sorry, call your bank. So then I finally call the bank unhelpful. And then I remember, I'm like, oh, it's because I put in the wrong zip code. So then finally I had to call again and put in the right zip code and it was fine. But So I had to call twice. Is what the moral of the story is. Like, I got the willpower. I only had one call in me. And then I had to actually call 3 things. I had to call the hotel, call the bank, and then call the hotel again.
Simply not. That is exactly why I wouldn't make that call.
Right.
Wait, you didn't think like, oh, it's Stephanie's address?
In the moment, no. I just think it's all. She even said at one point, she was like, "Is there a chance that there's a different address?" And I was like, "No, it's all connected to me. It's all my address." But I was wrong.
Yeah, we
but
made
also,
it mine.
why do you need to put in your address or zip code to use a credit card?
You're asking the wrong girl.
Like, who cares? Not that you guys care about our business back and forth, but.
And if you must know, the reason is because Jackie rents and I have a house, and my house is more likely to stay the same address versus Jackie getting a new apartment. That's why.
Yeah. Although now that I'm in this apartment and it's rent stabilized, I'm going to die here. So might as well just change it over. Right. Like, I'm not going to move anytime soon. Well, we'll see.
Right. You never know. Okay.
Unless I fall in love and get a house. Okay. Next one.
Yeah. Hi, I have a Bachelor Encounter I'd like to submit. Perfect. I've met a few cast members over the years, and none are really much of anything except for 3 that I can think of. One is Ben. The other is Pilot Pete. I'll submit those another time. It feels like it'll be good content. I'll send along pics. Okay.
Great.
So she's not going to give us the Bachelor Encounters about the 2 she said. Instead, she's going to give us a Bachelor Encounter about Noah Erb. Okay. For context, I'm a flight attendant based in Denver. So many cast members end up there because I'm a big connection airport for other flights. As crew members, we have a special security line we go through to expedite getting to work. However, sometimes we are randomly selected for a second screening. This day, I was selected for that. I was running late for work, so I hustle over to TSA pre-check and cut the line to be first to put my bags through the bag scanner. Who do we cut in front of to hustle off to work? None other than Noah. I was in the line of crew members, so I was directly in front of Noah. I'm frantically putting my bags up to be scanned, and I look behind me really quickly. I see it was Noah, so I do a double take. He absolutely saw the double take and longer stare, and I'm sure he's so used to it. I had to take off my coat, which revealed my work dress was unzipped. Haha, I've been having health issues that affect my weight, so I normally zip up my dress later to be comfy throughout the time heading to my gate. Totally, I get it. I had to zip it up right in front of him where my bra was exposed. That's where it ends.
Let me make sure. Wait, I was waiting for more. Wait, I'm gonna left on a cliffhanger here.
Wait, hold on. That was a screenshot. Let me hear, and maybe I didn't screenshot the whole thing. Okay, so there's a little bit more. She said, okay. I can imagine he was pretty pissed off to be cut by 3 crew members. Sorry, pal, if you read this and if he's listening. So I don't know why you then think like Noah was the best person to cut in front of, because it doesn't seem like he gave you all that much, right?
Yeah,
but I guess story
better
is
than like a random person at the airport, because now she got a little story out of it.
Right.
But also, like, if a flight attendant is cutting you in the TSA line, be nice about it. Don't care. Yeah. Like, they're trying to go to work. You're taking a flight for vacation or for work. But
I mean, I guess like that's nice. He was nice to you. I'm sorry he had to see your bra. But I mean, I guess you keeping your dress unzippered right until you get to work is the same thing as like girls wearing sneakers while they commute instead of their heels. And then you change when you get there.
Totally.
By the way, I'm in the market for like new heels that are actually comfortable. Does anyone know like a brand of like that's like cute? I just want like regular black heels, peep toe, but I don't want them to break my feet.
You want peep toe, but do you want a strap on your ankle? Or I just got new black heels that are peep toe, but there's no strap. I don't know if you would like them.
I don't think I want a strap. My legs are short, so I don't want to do. I noticed that all of my shoes like do something at my ankle, like they have something at my ankle, and I don't want that because it makes my legs look shorter. So I don't want the strap. I want just like regular a regular black peep toe. If I like them, I will get them in
a real stick heel.
I want a heel, but I don't want to be uncomfortable.
Wait, I'll send you those shoes I just got, actually.
Okay. Because if I find a good pair, I'll buy it in other colors. I just need to find a good pair. And like, I don't know where people go to shop anymore. There's in store. Have you like gone in stores? I mean, you're in the city, so it's different for you. There's like,
there's a lot of
boutiques
stores
and stuff.
But even just like Anthropologie's across the street and Zara, like I go to stores a lot, kind of.
Everything's closing by me.
Yeah.
Like there's like a mall, there's a Macy's in the mall just being shut down. Like one of our main malls completely shut down. They're like deserted islands. Like nothing is in them anymore. Forever 21, just not like I haven't shopped there in a really long time because they like put Hello Kitty on shirts now. But like, where is the place that you go for like trendy stuff? Because all I do is order on Amazon. I try it, and then if I like it, I keep it. I bought this on Amazon. But like, if then I don't like it, I return it. I'm like, this would be a lot easier if I could just go somewhere and try shit on. But instead, I have to do this like song and dance because there's no physical place to buy things anymore.
What about like, do you have a Zara near you? I think Zara has good shoes.
Not really.
What's like the department store in the mall that's not the closing Macy's? Like, do you have a Bloomingdale's? Do you have a Nordstrom? Because I think for shoes, like a Nordstrom is a good solid option.
See, I feel like there's like, they'll have one type of the shoe that you want though. Like, because they have a lot of shoes, but like the style that you want, there'll be one version. And if I don't like that version, like I want to go, where's like a Payless? Is that closed yet? I feel like in 10 years.
I haven't been to a Payless in 25 years. I think they closed down.
Oh, so maybe they did.
I don't know. But you don't want to get like nice heels from Payless.
I don't want to get nice heels. I just want to get heels that like do the job.
Okay. But I think when you spend a little bit more for shoes in particular, they'll be more comfortable because like the heel is better quality. I used to have these like really cheap heels from like Lulu's or that site or whatever. And when the heel is not good quality, like your ankles and your knees are like working overtime. Oh, do you go to like Steve Madden ever or like Aldo? Those are also good options, I think.
I just feel like everywhere I look, like a new store is getting closed down.
Yeah.
I go into the places I used to go into and like Target, it's not the same. What are they selling? I don't understand. And like, I like what, no, not shoes, but even like clothes. I like what I like.
Yeah.
There's just no place that like sells what I like anymore. Like, do you remember the time period when you walked into Forever 21 and you were going out that night and sure as hell you were going to be able to get a cute outfit there, and you did every time.
It was like $8.
It was $8 and you had like shirt, shorts, accessories, clips, like everything.
Yeah.
And it was so
but I was
great.
like, how old were you when you were doing that though? I was like in high school.
Teens, 20s. But that was such a wonderful time, and I took for granted that something like that would always be there. Instead, Forever 21 just closed down, but for the last like 5-10 years, like what the hell who was shopping there? They had like cherries on their shirt. Like it was.
I think the problem is no one was, because it was a pandemic too. So like all those stores.
The stuff they were selling didn't make sense either. I would try. I'm like, maybe I could still do this. And I went in and I'm just like, do you remember
now we're
Karopi?
old.
No,
like,
it's not.
Like
no,
this, like Forever 21, respectfully, is a store for like teenagers, and
I'm saying
we are
though
not
that
teenagers anymore.
But I don't think teenagers are wearing like Karopi. Do you remember Karopi?
I don't know what Karopi is. What is that?
It's the like other like there was Hello Kitty and then there was Karopi. Do you know what Hello Kitty is?
Yes, of course I know what Hello Kitty is.
Karopi was a frog. It was around the same time period.
How do you spell Karopi?
Kerroppi. It's just a frog. But like,
I see.
Do you remember him? I liked Karopi
Not really,
back in the day.
But okay.
But I'm saying like the fashion that was at Forever 21, I'm like, I don't even think cool kids wear this now. So like, why are you guys selling it? Why not try to still sell trendy things? I think that's why they went under, because I'm like, so all this to say, I don't know where to shop.
What about H&M?
Yeah, there's just none near me.
You don't have one near you?
I gotta travel. I gotta go travel.
Send me your local mall's directory, and I'll tell you.
Oh, it's bad. It's
what
bad.
Store. Yeah, like I'm like, what stores do you have?
Dude,
like,
in my mall, there's 2 separate like bounce places now, like kiddie places in the mall. I'm like, which is fine. I mean, I have a kid now, but like I go to the mall because I want to shop for clothes, and there's limited places for that now. So I'm gonna just keep ordering online, but I do a lot of returning because I buy a ton of stuff. It's
nice to be able to go in person. Is there like a different mall that's a little bit further you can go to? I'm really stressed for you.
The different mall just shut down.
Oh,
like
there's only 2 malls on all of Long Island.
There's other malls. I got to do some traveling. But anyway, I mean, guys, like those are all the Bachelor Encounters. Sorry for the side rant here. Those are all the Bachelor Encounters. You guys got to send some more. We only had 2 today. Send some more. We'll get them going. This person that said that she had encounters with Ben and Peter, I told her to send the other 2. So that's your homework for next week. Please send those. And if you guys have any other stories, please DM me at She's All Batch. And you never, ever know. Maybe next week we'll read about it. And stay tuned because we have Sound Off coming later this week.
Yeah.
If you're listening, subscribe, rate and review. And if you are watching, like this video and make sure you're subscribed on YouTube so you never miss an episode. So subscribe and there's like a drop down, click all. All will make sure that every time we release a video, you just get like a notification about it. I don't understand the other options because there's like all, then there's personalized, but personalized, it just decides when you get notified about videos or not. Who would ever want to subscribe and like only be notified about some? That doesn't make any sense to me.
I
Like,
don't know.
you subscribe or you don't. Let's not complicate things, YouTube.
Yes. Also, guys, write us more reviews. We just hit 1,000 reviews, and I always wanted to have over 1,000 reviews, and now we do. So that feels good.
Yeah, especially if you like us. Real quick before
obviously,
we go.
we want nice reviews, not mean ones. Also, this is to circle back. Stephanie, have you been to Abercrombie? That's where you need to shop, actually.
Yeah, I got to find one.
There's no Abercrombie in the mall? Wow.
Dude, everything left.
Wow.
So yeah, if you like us, there's a lot of people that like love and they're like day one thoughts, but they're just like, they love us from afar. Like they're normal people. They listen to podcasts, they enjoy it, and they move on with their day. I'm talking to those people, you guys, your day one thoughts. You don't sound off in the Facebook group. You don't DM us much. That's fine. You keep doing you, but I'm going to ask if you can write a review because there's one thoughts that wrote me and I would just want to give her a shout out, Sarah. She said, I know y'all laugh about us listening to your podcast around kids. I had twins January 7th, great birthday, and listened to your podcast while pregnant. I'm a day one FOTS. One of my babes is particularly fussy, and each time I put on your podcast, he has settled down. They say babies hear voices in the womb and become used to them. Thank you for making me laugh, helping me maintain sanity for years, but especially now. So congrats, Sarah, on her twins, welcoming them on a great day. And she wrote me and said that she just left us a review too. So just saying, there are people out there that have nice things to say, and I want to hear from you.
Yes, FOTS are raising new FOTS. Like this baby is coming out of the womb, literally wanting to listen to She's All Back. That's incredible.
I know.
Thank you so
baby
much.
FOTS, do, baby FOTS.
Ooh, should we make little
baby FOTS?
baby FOTS merch, little baby onesies?
Yes, I think we've already discussed that. Yeah,
To make
TBD.
baby merch?
Yeah.
All right.
I know for a fact we did because someone messaged me about it. But yeah, put a pin in it and put it on my calendar and we'll circle back.
Okay.
All right. Well, is that it, Jackie?
I think that's it.
Goodbye, bitches.